Good morning, guys. In this video, I'm going to ask the question, can you leave your farm for one solid week and go on vacation and know that everything's going to be taken care of, everything's going to be watered and irrigated, everything's going to be done while you're gone, and come back knowing that you'll have a crop left to harvest on when you get back? Can you actually do that? In this video, I'm going to give you the steps that we took to get our farm ready to go on vacation this year. First time we've ever done this, and so far it seems we were successful at it. So I'm gonna show you what we did right after this. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Lake Brent Farms. Out here this morning trying to get some last minute stuff done. Man, you can see your breath out here this morning. It's like 54 degrees. But yeah, I got out here before daylight, started in this tomato tunnel doing some pruning. You can see I got the green fingers, but today's a pretty important day for us. This is the day that we are going to take a break from all this. We're going to go away for a little while, spend a little bit of time away from the farm, try to relax a little bit because we're getting ready to go into the fall season, and brings along a few other challenges, but it also gives us a time to look back and see where, where we made money at, where we lost money at, what we need to do different for next year, and just kind of, I guess, relax a little bit, take a breath, and just recoup from a year, well, I say a whole season of being on the go. I mean, it's always markets, it's always planting, it's always harvesting, it's always cleaning, it's always pruning. I mean, look at the suckers down through there. All that you see of you, every bit of that's suckers. And I'm trying to cut it, and I've dropped the nutrient solution down to half a dose just because I don't want them to grow too much while I'm gone, simply because things start breaking. Things happen. So I want to keep them fertilized, but I don't want them to grow too much. These things can grow up to a foot, maybe 2 feet a week, believe it or not. Put on a massive amount of suckers. I just did this last week, and you can see it's already piled up again, but we're in good shape right now. Went through, got all my timers set, got all my drip lines put out, got all my hoses ran, checked all my water pressures. I mean, it's taken me almost a week to get ready for this trip, and we're only going to be gone 7 days. So it takes a lot of preparation. Timers, all my times set. Got three different zones for this. You can see still piling up suckers. All that stuff is set on automatic. Everything that we've got out in the main garden, we actually got some beets transplanted the other day, beets and green onions, and we still got a ton of stuff to go. And I'll carry down to the bottom in a minute, show you that. But yeah, beets, green onions, all this stuff is still left to go out, which it'll be good till we get back. All of the in-ground crops over here are set on timers. You can see the line run out. Everything's set to automatically water. You can see there's a ton of blooms out. There's a ton of zucchini out there, guys. And I really can't get started on picking anything right now. It's just gonna have to hold its own until I get back. Going here in the hydroponic setup. So this was my biggest concern, and we had market yesterday, we had market Thursday, and we went through and we cleaned out everything. And you guys seen the video last week, and everything was full, but everything is actually empty right now. Harvested all this stuff, took it to market. Only thing that's in production right now is the end. That one tank is the only thing in production, and it's set up on a timer to fill, and I got a float in it so it won't waste water. But you can see again, timers here set up. This is set up for outside, this is set up to keep that tank going, and I got a timer over there set up to irrigate this every 4 hours, 30 minutes every 4 hours. That'll keep these plants watered and also keep the beets and stuff like that going until we get back. All right, guys, headed up to the house, running out of time. Make sure everything was locked up. Got the water on, check timers, double check timers, triple check timers, check hoses. So, I mean, that's all I can do. We'll just have to wait and see if the farm can survive 7 days without us. So, I'm gonna go up here and get ready to go. We gotta drive to the airport, be there by 9. No, we gotta be there by 10. Flight leaves at 12. And give you an idea where we're going when we get there. finally made it back. We made it back last night around 8 or so. Got everything unpacked. And I came down here last night, looked around a little bit just to make sure that everything was still here and in shape. Make sure we didn't lose anything. And was pleasantly surprised that everything that we had put in place to manage the farm while we were gone, it worked. Didn't lose anything. I did have one sprinkler that got stuck. And I only think it got stuck maybe a day or two. And it ran pretty much nonstop for, a day or so and saturated, one part of our garden pretty good, which is okay. I mean, it's just gonna cost a little bit more for that water, but I'd rather it get stuck than not come on at all, for sure, because it was on the collards and broccoli that we just planted. But yeah, like I said in the first part of the video before we left, we put a lot of measures in place to kind of manage the farm while we were gone. We don't have help. It's just me and Betsy. We don't have anybody here on the farm when we're away to do anything. I can call my son, I can call my grandson and all them and get them to do things periodically if I need be, but for the most part, it's just us. So us going away, for a whole 7 days was a big deal. And, we still have a lot riding on the rest of our season. We have a lot riding on the fall, winter season. And I'll take you down through this tomato tunnel, and I'm gonna just hold the camera straight and walk down through here and let you see the size of these guys. They have actually grown since we left. And remember, I said I cut the nutrient dose down to half to prevent them from growing too much. But as you can tell, if you look back at the beginning of this video when I was working on these tomatoes and now, we will be lowering and leaning these guys this week. This side is gonna have to be suckered big time. You can look at the suckers in here. Now, I just did this. This side was 2 weeks ago. This side I did before I left. And I want you to look. Look in here. Now, all these were suckered before I left, a week ago, 7 days ago, and they already need it again. That's how fast these guys are growing. Look over here. I got some of these plants that are taller than I am. I'm 6 foot. And look, that plant there, it's over 6 feet. This guy right here, look, 6 foot. And they got beautiful fruit on them. Look at those clusters. There's some in here inside of my hand already. Look in there, back over there. So I'm hoping to be picking tomatoes out of this tunnel here. Let me get up over here. In the next week. I prefer to pick them red, but I will pick them green and let them turn. This time of year, it gets a little difficult for them to turn, but I got some tricks that I'll show you that we do to make a tomato turn. Look here, peppers. Peppers are ready. I got that guy in there. And there's full, tomatoes in here, full. Cucumbers. I picked some cucumbers out here this morning. The ones on the ground. I got the trellis seeds, guys. I got to get them up before they get too big before they start breaking. But yeah, you can look in here. And it'll pick through them. It's not like they're covered, but they're in here. And this is the Excelsior. This is the Parthenocarpic and the Genosia variety, meaning it doesn't need bees and it puts off predominantly all female flowers. Yeah, and that's a great cucumber, real good eating cucumber. Let's go in here in the hydroponic setup. Show you what happened in here. So we had these timers set up to fill these tanks while we were gone, and it didn't put any nutrients in it, so they were getting straight water for a week, which they probably needed it anyway to flush out some of these salts. But you look, everything looked like it done fairly well, and the lettuce is looking great. That's beautiful. That's $5 a head of lettuce all day long. So we have enough to harvest for this week's market, maybe a couple markets. Look at that basil. Basil's doing really good. I need to start some more basil anyway. So there's a lot of stuff going to happen here over the next couple of weeks. Next plant of lettuce is in there. That one didn't do that well. The rest of them are ready to go. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. Spinach. Red and green spinach, I got to get that started in trays. A couple other things. Basil, got to get some more basil started. Lettuce, I got to get a jump on the lettuce season and get a couple more trays started. I think we are going to be completely done with squash and zucchini and outside crops like eggplants and tomatoes and stuff like that. I do have another planting of tomatoes that is going to go in that third tunnel over here. But as you can tell, I got to get busy. I got to get out here and clean up all of this stuff that got huge while we were gone. I mean, look at some of the squash. Look at that. Look at some of that zucchini. And, you know, getting that big, they obviously have gone to seed, and the plant may stop producing. I don't know. It's still got plenty of blooms on it, so I don't suspect it will. But the only thing that I'm really worried about is the cucumbers down here. I just walked through one row last night with my flashlight and looked. I was like, oh my God. There's a million picking cucumbers out there. And they all looked like they were ready. They didn't look like they were too big. They was like this size. So that's where I'm gonna start first. I'm gonna get down here. I'm gonna pick all the cucumbers, get that cleaned up, and get it ready to, because we still got another 3 or 4 weeks before we're gonna get a frost. Normally the end of October, October 25th-ish is when we get our first frost. So we still got a good month before then, so I want to keep these guys happy. I want to keep them going until then at least. Then all this stuff can go away. Matter of fact, we're going to build another 100-foot tunnel right here where these rows are, right beside that tunnel. And I'm going to need this space. So as soon as these guys look like they're done, we're going to clean this up. We're going to start leveling it up. This is where our next tunnel is going to go. All right, guys, so I'm going to get off here because I got a ton of work ahead of me. It took me a week to get ready to leave for a week, and it's probably going to take me a week to recoup from being gone a week. So I got 3 weeks tied up right there just in one vacation. So, but you know what? It was worth it. We enjoyed ourselves. We did a lot of relaxing. We've seen a lot of stuff we've never seen before. We do have plans to go back, but for the most part, yeah. If I had to give my opinion on the trip that we took, we went to Key West. We stayed for 7 days. We stayed in Newtown, Key West, but we spent a lot of time at Old Town and enjoyed every minute of it. There's a lot of stuff to see. You actually need more than a week to go down there because there's so much to do. We enjoyed ourselves. The people were great. All of them were friendly. A lot of different cultures down there. It seemed like it's just a big melting pot of a lot of different cultures, and you experience a little bit of all of them everywhere you go. We enjoyed it. We saved for a long time to be able to do this trip. We did everything we wanted to do. We spent all the money we could have spent, and we still come home in good shape. I'm not going to say that, but we worked hard for this. We did. We sweated, planted, harvested, sold, hustled, and we got to sit down and relax for a week, not have to worry about this, and it was well worth it. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we're home. Now we can get caught up and we get ready for the winter time. But guys, I got to get off here and get busy. But if you have not subscribed to our channel, reach over here in this right hand corner and click that subscribe button and click the bell notification so you get notified every time we put out a video. As always, guys, we appreciate you stopping by. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.